on out there, everybody? Willie Epteen Jr., hashtag Brothers of Baseball Show, BGC Sports Network, third and final segment. Man, just in case you missed it in the first and second segments, I encourage you to listen to the show. It will be out tomorrow. I had Hip Jose Trevino, catcher from the Texas Rangers on, and we talked about all kinds of stuff. Very excited to have him on the docket, and he's welcome anytime. Before we wrap up this show, this third and final segment is being brought to you by Crescent Center Medical Center of Lancaster. That's right. Also known as Crescent Center, also known as Crescent Regional Hospital, rather, has a 24-hour COVID and emergency service that can yield COVID results in as little as 30 minutes with no wait time for emergency services. Plus, they have renowned specialists that specialize in orthopedics, neurospine, hand and wrist, vascular, gastroenterology, psych services, and cardiovascular. So call for an appointment today. It's 972-865-4454 or visit their website at www.cmclancaster.com. Once again, www.cmclancaster.com. All right, man. So glad you guys are out there checking me out on Facebook Live and Periscope. I appreciate that, as well as on YouTube. We're going to wrap up this edition of the hashtag Brothers of Baseball Show here in this segment. And what we're going to do is get into the Major League Baseball awards that have already come out. And we're going to get into some hot stove stuff to wrap up the show. So let's go to the award winners. National League Manager of the Year. That would be Donnie Baseball, Don Mattingly from the Miami Marlins, just the fifth manager ever to win a Manager of the Year and an MVP. Guided the Marlins to their first postseason appearance in 17 years. You heard me right. 17 years. Congratulations to Donnie Baseball. American League, that distinction went and goes to Kevin Cash of the Tampa Bay Rays. The Tampa Bay Rays, just in case you didn't know, they lost in the World Series 6 games, 4-2 at the hands of the Los Angeles Dodgers. Cash led the Rays to their first American League East title since 2010. 13 players on the COVID list, or on the IL, on September 1st, implemented 59 batting orders in 60 games. That's crazy. All right, Rookies of the Year in the National League. That was Devin Williams. 53% of the batters he faced, he struck out. 0.33 ERA. Yeah, easily to win the Rookie of the Year. And the first to do that as a reliever for the Milwaukee Brewers since 2011. American League Rookie of the Year. It was a no-brainer, and the Seattle Mariners are putting something good together out there in the Pacific Northwest. AL Rookie of the Year Kyle Lewis just became the second rookie to lead his team in average, home runs, average, home runs, runs, and walks. And the future definitely is bright for that young man. Okay, National League Cy Young Award winner, Trevor Bauer, Cincinnati Reds, 1.73 ERA, 0.79 whip, opponent's batting average 159, 2 shutouts, ranked second in strikeouts and strikeouts per 9 innings at 12.3. The first Cincinnati Red to win the Cy Young Award since it's been a long time. I want to say it was Tom Seaver, but we'll have to go back and check on that. All right, American League. American League Rookie or Cy Young Award winner goes to Shane Bieber. 2020, 41.1% strikeout rate. That's a major league record. Lowest ERA since 1969, 1.63. Lowest opponent's batting average, 167. Both of those last two distinctions, the first or the lowest since 1969. And it's just so funny that you have Bauer, a former Indian, and Bieber, a current Indian, that won the Cy Young Awards, and both of those guys were dominant. Although Bieber, he got knocked. Well, he didn't really get knocked around against the Yankees in the first round of the playoffs, but he did not get them the win, and that actually led to the demise of the Indians and them getting swept by the Yankees in the first round. All right, MVP, National League. This could have gone to anybody. It could have gone to Marcell Ozuna. It could have gone to possibly Mookie Betts, but it wound up going to Freddie Freeman, and his first MVP and the first National League MVP from a Brave squad since Chipper Jones. Led the league in runs with 51, finished in OPS with 1102, and second in the NL in Babbage at 341. So he had a tremendous season for the Braves, and the Braves are definitely on the up and up as well, as they have won 3 straight National League East Division championships. All right, American League MVP. I actually picked Tim Anderson from the Chicago White Sox, the shortstop. I was right on the team, but wrong with the player. And that actually goes to Jose Abreu. 60 runs batted in, led the American League, tied for second in home runs with 19, fourth in average at 317. He won the MVP 6 years after winning the Rookie of the Year in the American League. So congratulations to all these people, all these players, all these gentlemen, and both of these managers for these distinctive awards in their respective leagues. And, you know, there's been a lot of things that have taken place here in the offseason. I'm not going to be able to get to all of them, but I just want to name a couple things here. Tony La Russa is back in the bigs as a manager, as he actually signed up to be the manager for the Chicago White Sox after they let go of Mr. Renteria. This after leading the White Sox to the playoffs, and with the squad that has a lot of pieces on it that may contend for some time to come. That kind of was striking and actually left a bad taste in some of the players' mouths out there in Chicago when it came to that. So congratulations to Tony La Russa. He's almost 75, I want to say. But there was something that happened before he even got the job, and that was him being charged with a DUI. I think it was back in February, incidentally or coincidentally, right before the pandemic took hold. So we want to get to some hot stove stuff. And if you are not familiar with the hot stove, it is the Major League's version of free agency. And there are a lot of great players out there on the market. And I'm going to name a few. JT Realmuto from the Philadelphia Phillies, catcher. He actually was extended a qualifying offer from the Phillies, but he rejected it. Trevor Bauer also declined his qualifying offer. 5-4 last year with a 1.73 ER, 100 strikeouts, and we just talked about him as far as winning the Cy Young Award. Here's a good one, George Springer, and George Springer is one of the leading all-time home run hitters in the postseason, and he was actually spectacular most of last year, even though the Astros finished with a below 500 record in the regular season. They knocked off the Minnesota Twins in the first round, knocked off the Oakland A's in the second round before succumbing to the Tampa Bay Rays in the LCS. Springer last year, 14 home runs, 32 RBIs, has rejected his qualifying offer. Also, from my Oakland A's, Marcus Semien, shortstop. He is a free agent. So the A's have not really shown that they are the type to offer big money, although they had done that recently a couple times. But Semien, 7 home runs, 23 RBIs, 223 average, and he is the leadoff man for #rooted in Oakland. All right, so we're going to move on. We just talked about him a second ago. Marcell Ozuna, 18 home runs, 56 RBIs, 338 batting average. You could have tossed a coin between him and Freeman, but I think they gave it to Freeman because Marcell was more of the DH rather than a position player. He's a free agent. DJ LeMahieu, second baseman from the New York Yankees. He won the batting title again this past season, 10 home runs, 27 RBIs, rejected his qualifying offer. Marcus Stroman from the New York Mets. If you remember, he got traded to the Mets at the trade deadline last year, and he's going to go ahead and take the $18 million that is offered to him based on the qualifying offer that the Mets were able to give him. The Mets also have new leadership in the owner's box as they, I think, Jennifer Lopez and Alex Rodriguez was in the mix, but they got outbid. Didi Gregorius, also from the Philadelphia Phillies, one time of the New York Yankees, 10 home runs, 40 RBIs, 284. He is a free agent as well. Liam Hendricks, the closer from the A's, 14 saves, 1.78 ERA, 37 strikeouts. Many consider him to be the best closer in the game. Blake Trinan, also of the Los Angeles Dodgers. He went to the Dodgers from the A's I think it was an $11 million deal in free agency. So he's a free agent as well. And, it's going to be a very interesting offseason because, one, we don't know what's going to happen with the pandemic, but all signs are pointing that a vaccine is coming very soon. So hopefully that will be the straw that can actually stir the drink of everybody getting back to normal in Major League Baseball. And I, for one, am excited because, as Jose and I talked about in the first two segments, the play in the major leagues this past season, although it was only 60 games, I thought the play was sensational. He agreed and said that the play was, the fundamentals were so much better than expected due to COVID-19. And he also talked about the protocols, the different protocols that players had to go through due to the pandemic. They were getting spit tested every 2 days is what he was saying. And, they had to be at the ballpark at a certain time when he said that, before you can get there, they had a set time, but it wasn't that early. It wasn't a set time, but you can get to the ballpark basically anytime you wanted to before the game to get treatment, to get your mind right, or whatever the case may be. So I thought that was very interesting. And if you know me, I'm always interested in the process and what goes through a professional athlete's mind as they're getting ready for a game and a season for that matter. And, it was just a joy to talk to him. And he's welcome on the show anytime. So I hope you guys check that out as well. All right, so we got about 2 minutes left to go in this brand new episode. It's been a long time since I talked to you guys. I hope everybody's doing well. Thanksgiving, happy Thanksgiving, happy holidays to everybody out there on Facebook, Periscope, and YouTube that's watching live. And of course, everybody that will be hearing the show coming up on the network, airing on Thursday. How about that? Thanksgiving Day. All right. So, other ins and outs in Major League Baseball. I'm just, I'm very, very proud of how baseball was able to overcome the COVID situation. There, as Jose said, there were issues, or there were thoughts that they probably didn't think that they would be able to get the season in. And there were, of course, some outbreaks amongst some teams. The Miami Marlins for one, the St. Louis Cardinals for another. There were some games that had to be postponed and really just kind of turboed into play towards the end of the season to make up for those lost games that affected the Philadelphia Phillies. I know it affected the Atlanta Braves at one point, and also, of course, the Miami Marlins. So very proud of what baseball was able to do with the pandemic. All right, and then we talked about Randy Arozarena in the first segment as well, or actually in the second segment with Jose, the American League Championship Series MVP was actually arrested and detained in Mexico after an incident with his ex-wife, which he tried to take his daughter from her mother. So stay tuned for us, or to us, on Twitter as we break and report the news that we get out of there, involving the young budding superstar from the Tampa Bay Rays. All right, so that's going to do it, man. That's going to do it for this show. Come on up on the other side of the break. My big homie from Press Box to Press Row with Donald Ware. For the dopest engineer in the game, Big Dave, Jose Trevino, man, thank you for coming on. Baseball fans all over the planet, Willie Epstein Jr., y'all take care. Stay safe. Hold each other. Love each other. Hug each other. Peace. I'm out.